Hello to everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jacob Himmelstein. I'm the partner manager from CloudBerry Lab. And we have today two guest experts, our partner, Vice President of Marketing at Caringo, Adrian Herrera, and Anton Zorin, my colleague, Solution Architect from CloudBerry Lab. Adrian, how are you?
Good, good. How are you, Jacob?
Thanks, fine too. Anton, are you also here?
Yes, I'm here, Jacob. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Yeah, wonderful. So, we'll start with the words of our colleague Adrian Herrera. Adrian, please.
Hi. First, I want to thank everyone for joining us and for your time today. The webinar that we're going to present to you is about streamlining backups and protecting from data loss in the cloud age. Here's a brief agenda. Storage for the cloud age. We'll go over the reasons why the expectations of storage have changed, and then Jacob will go over some cloud storage tools with a demo of CloudBerry Lab applications, and then at the end of the webinar we'll go over a Q&A. So I'm going to start with a Caringo overview. I'm going to try to keep this pretty brief. Caringo was founded in 2005. We have been focusing on storage software for a decade now. We have a lot of ISVs and service providers that have directly integrated our software. From the service provider perspective, they're using us to provide public cloud storage services, and you'll see the benefits of our cloud storage and also the CloudBerry products to service providers throughout the webinar. We're enterprise grade. We're used by very small to very large organizations worldwide for mission critical storage. There's a misconception that object storage is only for tier 3 or tier 2 data, but a lot of organizations use us in their primary business for very sensitive information, and we're a recognized leader in the space. So the reason for cloud storage or storage for the cloud age, the expectations of storage have changed. Organizations and end users really need endless capacity now. If a service provider can't provide it, or if an internal business unit or IT department can't provide it, they can go off and easily open up a Dropbox account or find endless storage anywhere. So it's very important for IT and operations staff to be able to provide endless, instant capacity. Waiting for months for capacity is just no longer feasible. Combined with that is this notion of needing to access storage from everywhere, from devices, from web browsers, from applications. The only thing that is really definite that is going to happen is that the applications that access your information are going to change, and storage needs to be always available. So all of these three things together are really changing the expectations of storage. Before, storage was seen more as a archival repository where you just put data and you never access it again. Now storage is really the foundation for new data services. Storage is the foundation for all cloud services. So the expectations of storage have changed. But traditional storage and resources can't keep up. Traditional storage is defined as NAS and SANs. When you have a lot of files out there, when you're using a file system, users will store information in places that they simply forget, and that leaves organizations and IT management that leaves them needing to figure out whether those files have value, whether they can delete them, and it leads to management issue. It also leads to wasted budget. So NAS and SAN solutions combine standard hardware with proprietary software, and it comes at a significant cost. Usually 4 times the cost when compared to store software on standard hardware. You have limited use and unlimited risk, so files are difficult to search. This means that they're difficult to analyze, they're difficult to access. Protection becomes an issue. RAID is now becoming impractical for large data sets as drive sizes grow. The risk of data loss is increasing now that we're at the 4 terabyte drive level, and we're definitely going to go beyond that in the very near future. And all of this together is leading to tedious management, and compound this with limited scale, and it's a very significant issue. Now even medium-sized organizations are dealing with need to store hundreds of terabytes or petabytes of information, especially in the service provider space. Service providers need to be able to scale rapidly to support petabytes and millions of users, and it's very difficult to do on traditional storage. It's very expensive and it's tedious to manage. And so Caringo solves these issues. Caringo is storage software. We install on any x86 hardware. We consolidate files. We reduce TCO. We provide secure access for search and analysis from anywhere. We enable the streamline of backups and recovery with continuous protection. So once information is on our software, there's various ways to protect it, whether it's replication or erasure coding, and we do this differently than anyone else in the market. You can shift from replication to erasure coding and back and forth automatically. You just specify that when you store the file. And we also plug into products like CloudBerry, and CloudBerry does a lot of the management, the backup management. And we also provide what we call life points, which enable you to automate file management from creation to expiration while it's on the storage server, while it's on Swarm. And from a scale perspective, we scale to hundreds of petabytes and trillions of files. So technically, we're object storage. Swarm is object storage. But the way we architect our solution, the way we really focus on removing complexity wherever possible, makes us storage for the cloud age. If you're a service provider, you can use us to run a cloud storage service. If you're a private organization, you can use us to provide cloud storage-like services to your organization globally. Here are some of our technical differentiators. We provide end-to-end data services, interface, and access in a very simple way. So you're able to mix and match standard hardware and capacity. This is key. With a lot of solutions out there, when you scale, you need to scale with like hardware, or you need to scale with a certain number of nodes. There's some solutions out there where you need to scale by the rack, by the full rack. That's just not that flexible. That's a significant CapEx investment, capital expenditure, cash investment. With us, you can scale by the drive if you'd like, and we boot from bare metal, so you don't have to mess with installing operating systems or patching operating systems or setting up different drives for metadata and content and the actual operating system. We boot from bare metal within minutes. The new hardware is assumed, virtualized into the cluster, and it's ready to go, and storage automatically balances. We provide everything you need within the software to manage the solution, and this includes the ability to do rolling upgrades. So there's no downtime upgrades. It's very important for a service provider. We're bulletproof, so we provide symmetric architecture. So in the core object store, there's no single point of failure. So I've mentioned the ability to shift from replication to erasure coding. You can architect the solution in a way that provides 100% uptime. And we scale out on commodity hardware, which makes us limitless. So there's linear scale of capacity and throughput. You need either one. You just add more hardware. We provide universal access. CloudBerry is using our Amazon S3 API interface. We also have a proprietary interface and file system interfaces. And we also provide content organization with metadata and search. So we are unique in that we offer search and we do offer content access and content management. And again, we scale to hundreds of petabytes and billions of files. These points are key because you can continuously evolve hardware underneath data, and you can continuously evolve applications on top of data, all while guaranteeing the integrity of information. So it's storage that can last for decades. Our business benefits: we lower TCO, so both CapEx and OpEx. So you can go out and use the most current, the most recent, the most power efficient hardware and just plug that into the cluster, and Swarm will use that new hardware in the most optimal way. OpEx, you also reduce OpEx. So one system administrator with general IT skill sets can manage multiple petabytes. We have customers out there where one admin is managing about 10 petabytes. And this, our software also reduces strain on primary file servers. So we do offer a product that plugs into primary file servers, and if file servers are an issue for you, we can automatically migrate content to and from primary file servers to Swarm and back. We improve productivity with automated file management. You can really set these policies and let the policies do all the work. You could just forget about the content, and it's accessible when you want it. It's at the level of durability that you want, and if you know when you want to delete that content, all of it can be set and managed for you. All of these things combined really means that we provide storage that adapts to your business. And we can also be used to eliminate risk. So we can provide 100% business continuity, and we do have compliance features built in. So you can specify a file or an object as worm. We have legal hold, and we have what we call integrity seals, which allow you to store a hash of the content in a way that's upgradable in case that algorithm is ever compromised. So what does Caringo provide look like? So at the bottom, at the very bottom, the arrow is any mix of x86 servers. So this can be any brand, any vendor. Inside, it could be any hard drive technology, whether it's hard drives or SSDs, or I should say storage technology, and you can mix and match. Our software provides object storage, search, an administration and content portal, and we also provide multi-tenancy orchestration, security, and metering. All of these features are managed either through a web-based console or programmatically through an API. So for IT administrators in an organization, you can use the web content management or the web management tools. For service providers, you can use the APIs to plug into your existing user management and billing solutions. So we're providing everything you need to provide rapidly scalable storage services in multiple data centers. And the way that CloudBerry plugs into us is through our Amazon S3 API. So they've created a great and robust set of backup and file management applications. And with that, I will hand it over to Anton to walk you through CloudBerry's products.
Again, good afternoon and good evening to those who is in Europe. Thanks for joining. Okay, today I'm going to show how to simplify the way you manage your data in Caringo Cloud Storage. Well, in general, this is great if you have reliable 100% available cloud object storage. But what you also need is software that allows you to utilize your storage efficiently. Well, here are our main 4 products. The first one is CloudBerry Explorer. This product is a file manager that has quite common view with two panes. On one you can work with your local data. On the second you can browse your cloud storage content. And I will show you this a bit later. Next one is our backup, our main product. So here are also CloudBerry Box. This is some kind of syncing tool that looks like a Dropbox and all the competitors. And we have also CloudBerry Drive, which our customers find very interesting product. It provides you direct access to your data. Well, you can just mount your bucket as a network share or as a removable device directly in your Windows OS. Well, let's take a closer look at how backup works. So we can back up data on file level, just a regular file, and we can back up the OS using the image-based backup. We also support SQL backup, Microsoft Exchange. Any data you back up, you can use compression, encryption. We have multiple algorithms. We provide block level backup, so we're not only making full backup, we also provide differentials for image level and differentials and incrementals for file level. I will show it in a moment. So how does Explorer works? Short slide. So here we go. Here's my test PC. So I will run CloudBerry Backup. Well, it shows me the main screen. So first of all, I need to add a new account. So I will add Caringo. It's right here. I need to use my credentials that were provided to me. And the secret key. Access key is here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we can select one of these buckets that already exist, or we can create another bucket. Create new bucket. Okay. Oh, sorry. Create new bucket. So this will generate a unique name for this bucket, or we can just type anything we want. Just test bucket. Okay. Here we go. You can select a backup prefix for this machine. Usually take a computer name. Okay. So now we have Caringo demo account. So I will run two different backup. So for first one will be bare metal. We can back up entire partitions in order to have a server up and running in any case of disaster or whatever can happen. On the first step, we need to select what destination will we use to store the data. Then we can give a name for a backup plan. Bare metal backup. And we'll save it to store it in a backup plan so we can run it in any time we need it. Here we can select manually what partitions to backup. We can back up only system required partitions, and usually I click backup all partitions, all drives. So we're going to use block level, which is differentials by nature. I'm going to use encryption. We are not storing the password, the encryption password, in any place. So you need to remember this password, and if you lost it, the data is being lost as well. So we allow you to configure retention policy. We can store a specific number of versions anytime we run a backup plan. We create a new version. It doesn't matter, do you run full backup, block level backup, will be considered as a new version. And we can delete versions older than a particular number of days, weeks, years, months. So usually, okay, let's keep only 30 days. Next one. Okay, let's configure schedule to run it daily at midnight. Okay. This schedule is few steps earlier we configured, we checked to use block level, and this schedule is for block level when we usually take modified blocks and new blocks that that appears on the partitions. From time to time, we need to back up the whole file, the full version of the file, which is in fact will create a full backup. So it's first Sunday, monthly. Let's do it weekly. Wednesday. Okay. We allow you to run pre-post actions in order to stop some services that are using file system or data that can be inconsistent if we use snapshot, if the data is in memory, for example, and we need it to be on the drive prior to the backup. So notifications we don't need at the moment, and we can run it right away. So while the bare metal backup starts running, I will run the same with the files. It's completely looks very similar, except these options. We allow you to select what mode of backup you want to run. Advanced mode stores the data in a specific way, so we'll use our own hierarchy. Simple mode allows you to store the hierarchy the same as you have it on an original drive. In the custom mode, you just can select where to put it on your bucket. So we allow you to backup interface permissions, use VSS, use block level, select some files, advanced filters, compression encryption. This time I'll leave it blank. Retention, schedule, pre-post actions, notifications, summary, and backup plan is created. Okay, now while it's backing up to the cloud, let's jump to S3 Explorer. I've already created a Caringo account, so this time I will not mess. I've created also S3 demo account to show you that you can even migrate your data from Amazon to Caringo. So you just select files, dragging them to another pane, clicking yes, and it starts copying. While it's copying, we can manage our buckets, files. We can do simultaneously work with something different we need to do at the moment. So this is how our Explorer looks like. We have a big number of features available here, so you can download free or pro version. We have all the products available, 15 days fully functional trial period. So please go on and download them, try them, and work efficiently with Caringo Storage. So here are links for download CloudBerry Explorer and CloudBerry Backup. We appreciate any feedback and enhancement requests. Thank you.